I knew it was a bad idea. I said so on the show last week. During a consequential Tory leadership election that will determine our next Prime Minister, why give the all-important debates that help shape public opinion to Channel 4 and ITV, two of the biased broadcasters who have been on an incessant campaign to bring down Boris Johnson? And sure enough, rather than focusing on the candidate's future plans for the country, the Boris Hunter-in-Chief at Channel 4 News, Krishnan Gurumurthy, wanted to focus on only one thing.
When did you stand up for integrity and honesty? When did you tell Boris Johnson he was wrong and he had to go? Why did it take you so long to stand up? Even when you said you might like to be leader one day, you didn't call for him to go. Why should they trust you when you were the second most powerful person in the country? You didn't stand up to Boris Johnson until the very last minute. When did you ever stand up to him about the COVID parties or Chris Pincher being Deputy Chief Whip? Is Boris Johnson honest? Is Boris Johnson honest? So he is not honest. Is Boris Johnson an honest man?
I mean, honestly, what were they thinking signing up to that? They've spent 8 months talking about Partygate and Channel 4 News still isn't finished. Well, we are. It's over. You won. Now we need to know about tax cuts and net zero plans and the war on woke. And while I do think Juliet Shinham on ITV News last night actually did a very good job as moderator overall, far, far better than the deranged lefties at Channel 4, she still found time for this Boris gotcha moment.
If he wished to serve, who here would be happy to have Boris Johnson in their cabinet? Please raise your hands. If he wished to serve, would you have Boris Johnson in your cabinet if you were PM? Not a single person would have Boris Johnson back.
I would like to say something about him, because I think it is only fair.
Well, we are going to go back to that after the break, so hold that thought. Penny Mordaunt, hold
Brexit
all of
done.
your thoughts on that issue, but very notable that not a single person raised their hands.
So ITV got what they wanted, but as you could see there, when Penny Mordaunt tried to push back and offer a defence of Boris Johnson's legacy, she was cut off. So in that context, and while I'm usually all for media scrutiny of politicians, of course, I think it's right the frontrunners Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss today pulled out of the Sly News leadership debate planned for tomorrow night. Its moderator, Kay Burley, who along with Beth Rigby is referred to as the broadcaster's COVID party gal, she's not known for her impartiality and would no doubt have made the viral blue-on-blue attacks all about her. It's Tory MPs who have to make the decision this week, and then the final two will be voted on by Conservative members alone. The candidates then should speak in forums like here at GBNews, where they do not have to deal with the craven anti-Boris, anti-Brexit agenda of the rest of the MSM. Given we are facing the coalition of hell with Labour's Starmer linking up with Sturgeon's SNP, the Lib Dems and the Greens, it was unedifying to say the least, to see some of the biggest figures in the Tory party basically rip each other to shreds, Hunger Games style last night. However, such a combative approach did lead to this breakthrough moment for Liz Truss, who had been struggling with her debate performances, something she's admitted is not her strong point. But when Boris backstabber fishy Rishi Sunak thought he had a real gotcha moment when he quizzed Liz about her political past, we actually got to see her tell her personal story. Watch.
My question's for Liz, actually. And Liz, in your past, you've been both a Liberal Democrat and a Remainer. I was just wondering which one you regretted most.
I am somebody who was not born into the Conservative Party. I went to school in Paisley and Leeds. I went to a comprehensive school. My parents were left-wing activists, and I've been on a political journey ever since. But my fundamental belief, and the reason I am a Conservative, is I saw kids at my school being let down in Leeds. I saw them not get the opportunities, not get the proper educational standards that you might have got at your school, Rishi. I saw them having wasted potential, and I thought that waste was wrong. That's why I'm a Conservative, because I believe that everybody needs to have that opportunity. I believe in high education.
As Conservative academic Adrian Hilton tweeted of that exchange, a game-changing moment for Liz Truss. Rishi thought he'd set a clever trap, but instead presented her with an open goal. Watch the smile, the stiffness disappear, the fluency emerge, the passion grow. That's Liz for leader authenticity. She needs to find more of that. And now the clear favourites, although Kemi Badenoch, she's a real threat. But they are the clear favourites at this point, and Truss and Sunak this morning, as a result, called time on the TV debates. Whether it's morally right or not, the only people who matter the next 24 hours are the Tory MPs. And then the members get 6 weeks to choose our next Prime Minister. While it's by no means certain, it's increasingly more likely that choice will be between Sunak and Truss.